Hi, welcome to Crypto Lifer, where crypto is life. If you came to my channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Let's get into some of the news. It's October 30th, Wednesday. How will XRP price react to the upcoming Swell Conference? The Swell Conference, which is hosted by Ripple, it is the biggest conference of the year and will be held on November 7th through the 9th in Singapore. It aims to bring in influential voices in the financial services, technology, and payments industry in order to discuss the current global payments industry. Will it have an effect on the XRP price? The last 2 years it has, and I know everyone knows about Swell. I just kind of want to add to the hype, talk about it again, MoneyGram has previously reached a partnership with Ripple in order to improve its liquidity management and operational efficiency. Additionally, the CEO of MoneyGram is set to share insights for this experience and the future of transfer payments industry at Swell Conference, further increasing the importance of this partnership. Additionally, since the history of the previous price movement has been interesting before the conference, now is a good time to look at the current price movement. So I'll even do that myself here with you guys. We're looking at XRP on the 4-hour chart, which is nice to see. And let's see what we got here. We have a trend line coming up. Okay. Then we got a line here, which is going to be the base of, I believe, like a bull pennant, which is a 68% chance of a break to the upside. I'm going to show you what I see and what is possible. Boom. So the first thing you want to draw is that. MACD is kind of fluttering, which means it could just chill and then eventually turn up. RSI is in a good place, so things aren't bad. A little low volume, but it's still trucking along. We held 30 all day long for the first time, I think, to hold 30 for this long in a while since the latest run-up. So that was strong. Then if we take the base of this, that would be what's called a measured move. We put it at the top because it's getting close. It's going to have to break. And our target here would be about, I have bad eyesight, 33.23 or 33.270. So 33 cents, we're looking at a 10% gain right there. That could happen in the next day or two. Very possible is what the chart says on the 4-hour. Also, what I do see is an inverted head and shoulders. There's a shoulder, there's a head, there's a shoulder. And there you would take the neckline of the shoulder and bring it over to the length. And we're looking at pretty much the same thing, but a little more. That's bringing us over to 33.80, almost at 34 cents. So that's what I see right now in the charts, and that's something that if I was going to play this right now, that, make a buy right here, I'd put a stop loss somewhere here below this trend line, like somewhere at 29. I'd buy right now at 30.008, 30 even. I put the stop loss down at 29 to be safe. I would put it down at 29.6, but you could put it here at 29.4, but I would put it down here in this area for sure, especially since it's below the 21-day moving average right here that I have. So that would give you both a little bit of protection. So you'd be at 29.4, and there you go. 3 cents would be 10%. You're losing 1/6 of that. If it goes down, 1/2 cent on 30 cents. So what, 1/4 of that is 2.5, and then so you're looking not too bad, man. 2% loss and a lot of gain, 10% gain. So yeah, that's a nice risk to reward ratio, as we would say in the game.
Sadly, this trade broke to the downside. Maybe a 10% stop loss at 27 would have been better, but this is just an update to that because I started this video at about 1 in the morning and it's now about 11.
Ethereum, the Ethereum price likely to set up for the next rally. Ethereum price is trading nicely above the 180 support against the US dollar. Bitcoin price is down more than 2%, but it's trading well above the 9,000 support area. There was a break above the connecting bearish trend line with resistance near 185 on the hourly chart on Ether USD. The pair is likely to gain pace and it could rally above the 188 and 190 resistance levels. Yeah, I own 10 ETH. ETH was the first cryptocurrency I ever bought in my life. I met a guy who was working. He said he was one of the people who helped create Ethereum, maybe one of the sub coders underneath a bigger coder. He knew a lot of people in the game. Shout out to Amir, if I ever see you again. And he was walking by, and I saw he had a Bitcoin shirt in 2014, and I was like, hey, what is that? And He told me to buy Ethereum. He showed me CoinMarketCap. I had no idea what he was talking about. I went on the website and started looking, and I got this close to mining Bitcoin. I almost did, and I almost bought it. I almost bought Ethereum. I just didn't understand how to buy it. I didn't know where to go. Coinbase didn't exist at the time, or if it did, no one told me about it, and no one I knew anything about it. He was the only person, and he barely would talk to me on Facebook because we met on the street. He told me to buy Ethereum when it was $9. That's why when I was getting emails, and I can show you them one day, to buy Bitcoin around 400, 500, 600, I decided that, it's time to get in. And I didn't get in that low, but I got in as low as I could. And yeah, it's been a crazy ride ever since. And I wish I had bought in all that ETH at $9 though. Amazing. But yeah, that's my ETH story. I like to give a story. I give it the news, and then I also give you a personal story, let you know how deep I am in this crypto game, because crypto is life. Now, I love Bitcoin, almost talking about Bitcoin, but here I just want to bring up something, how Lebanon's economic crisis highlights Bitcoin's limitations. Lebanon is far from a poster child for cryptocurrency adoption. News of the Lebanese bank shuttering to prevent a bank run was met with predictable enthusiasm for the global Bitcoin commentariat. People in Lebanon can no longer send foreign currencies, mainly dollars and euros, abroad. Further, due to heavily restricted banking access and limited liquidity process by established grassroots networks, most Lebanese civilians also struggle to acquire Bitcoin. Man. Longtime Bitcoiner Ali Aksar, currently on the ground in Lebanon, told CoinDesk a few Telegram and WhatsApp groups for local traders have nearly doubled in size over the past year, with one such private group reaching nearly 300 members this past weekend. Following news of the banking limitations, the Beirut-based car dealership Reek Motors promptly started accepting Bitcoin payments this week. However, a stark disconnect between daily Bitcoin users and the rest of the populace continues in a region plagued by economic and political conflict. Bitcoin will not help the people. It'll help the politicians because they are the filthy rich ones who have access to the money. One anonymous Bitcoin trader with a family in Lebanon told CoinDesk he uses a European bank account to buy Bitcoin and then sends it to people on the ground in Lebanon. Interesting. And this is one last sad piece to add. If Bitcoin could help them, perhaps, if they were sitting at home with 24 hours worth of electricity and internet, they could work online to get paid for their online work. That's a utopian scenario, he added. In Lebanon, the internet is very expensive. Electricity doesn't come often. We sometimes have electricity for just 6 hours a day. Oh, wow. That's crazy. So Bitcoin is the answer, but we also need to, we don't know. But living here in America, we have no idea what it's like in other countries that don't have what we have. Peter Schiff backbashing Bitcoin hodlers with more whale song. Now, I still don't understand why Peter Schiff is so against Bitcoin and what his deal is. I think he would embrace it by now, but he goes, Bitcoin hodlers won't sell. They believe they'll get rich when Bitcoin moons. Bitcoin whales get rich by selling now to realize their paper gains before a market crash wipes them out. The whales must make sure the hodlers don't lose faith and cash out so that they can cash in. So here's what someone said to him. What Schiff fails to realize is that Bitcoin has mooned a couple of times in recent years. So those hodlers would have got rich if they sold at the right time. Additionally, hodlers usually have more faith in the technology than day traders who are just looking for a quick buck. This belief in Bitcoin will prompt them to buy back at lower levels, which is known as accumulation. If this is repeated over time through a number of market cycles, the hodlers will soon become whales themselves. Bitcoiners don't see it as a get-rich-quick scheme. Peter, we see it as a get-free-quick scheme. It's one of the only tools to escape this Orwellian future. Or is it, though? I mean, that's the only thing. Bitcoin seems to be free, but it's so easily tracked. Like Monero is the answer. And no one talks about it a lot. But I hold Monero, not a lot, but I hold enough just so I know I hold it because I believe in it. And I believe in my own privacy. You should hold some Monero too. Come on. So here we are at my Twitter page here, and I have a poll going. I would love it if you guys ran over to my Twitter page and filled in the poll. Which asset would you buy to save your family's wealth in an economic crisis? XRP, Bitcoin, or gold? So far I have one person, and they voted gold. That wasn't me. Also, if you would like to tip me in BAT, you can use the Brave browser, and then you can create a wallet, and then you'll get BAT every time you allow yourself to watch ads. Otherwise, you can put the shield up, like right here, If I grab that and I turn this on or off, you could turn that on and boom, it's now blocking ads. It's keeping things away from me and I get no money. But if I flip this switch to on, it's now letting the ads come in. It's letting me get seen where I am and I'm giving my information, but I'm going to get paid some basic attention token in doing that. So there'll be at least an exchange. And that's why I use BAT, and you guys should check it out too. And anyone you like right here, you can tip them in BAT. Now staying here, I would also like to play.
A lot of you are skeptical. A lot of you don't believe in the Bitcoin system, and that's fine. You can stay on the sidelines, but if you really, really want to become wealthy in the future, I would suggest you take $1 buy some Bitcoins, put it in a goddamn wallet, put it fucking away. Okay, I'm sorry for swearing, but you know what? It's just $1. Get some Bitcoins, put it away. Goes to nothing. Who cares, right? You only spent $1, right? You'll get a million satoshis for $1, right? And the way I see it, that will be worth $1 million adjusted for inflation once Bitcoin gets to where it's going to be. So it's up to you. You know what? I know you're not going to listen to that advice, most of you, and it's kind of sad because you know what? I was proud of the fact that once at least 5 people have become either millionaires or well off that have emailed me thanking me for recommending Bitcoins. Now, I'm hoping that every single one of you buys $1 worth of Bitcoins, just $1 freaking dollar, because you're going to be thanking me for that $1, just $1 of Bitcoins that you purchased. But the odds are most of you, 90% of you, are not going to buy even $1 worth of Bitcoins. For what reason? I have no idea. Anyways, if you take my advice, that's great. If not, that's the way it is.
Wow, that's amazing. That video was published in May of 2013 when Bitcoin's price was about $100. So you would have 100x that dollar bill. That dollar bill would be about $100 right now. Imagine if you had bought $200 worth. Amazing. And then this guy writes, today, the 29th of October, 2019, buy $100 worth of XRP and put it a beep away. You will thank me later. Mark my words. I truly believe in him. I have a giant bag of XRP from what I think is a pretty big bag compared to most people. And yeah, go for it. Jump in there. This is not financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor. Crypto Lifer is only here for entertainment purposes only. Buy XRP. But yeah, and follow me on Twitter, man. At CryptoLifer33. Get in there. Let's talk. I post there daily, talk about things, and fill in the poll. Don't forget about my poll. Let's do it. Big news. I am a Cardano holder. I've been a Cardano holder for 2 years. I've sold a little bit, but for the most part, I've been accumulating during the downturns and just keeping it to myself, hodling it up. Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson announces the upcoming release of V1.6. Charles Hoskinson, a co-founder of the Ethereum network and current CEO of IOHK, has announced that IOHK created project Cardano is rolling out version 1.6 within a few days' time. Hawkinson teased the upcoming launch in a Twitter post on August 13th. Hawkinson also asked users to send screenshots and comments on the latest version of Daedalus, which is an open-source cryptocurrency wallet also backed by IOHK. Also, previously reported by Cointelegraph, Hawkinson announced during the blockchain conference Consensus 2019 he would be working on a new project with the security token platform Polymath. The project is called Polymesh and is reportedly an attempt to create a blockchain for tokens centered on meeting regulatory requirements. In the announcement, he said, after co-founding Ethereum and Cardano, 2 of the most widely used blockchains in the world, I am looking forward to working on Polymesh. There are quadrillions of dollars of financial securities, and building a blockchain to secure them is an incredibly exciting task. Another thing he actually commented too on Libra, which was interesting, because he travels a lot. I met him personally. I've interviewed him. Awesome guy. I felt like we really connected even for the moments we were together. Really appreciated my time with him.
Well, I'm not in New York. I stay out because of Super Nintendo Losky. He killed the whole market here. Fuck BitLicense. Fuck those pieces of garbage. We won't set any business foot here until they revoke and repeal that despicable, disgusting piece of legislation. And shame on Ripple for putting that guy on their board. But I'll tell you how I really feel later. But anyway, no, we're fine. We love Wyoming, wonderful place. Ranchers hate bankers, and they've passed some wonderful laws, and it's now the most pro-crypto place in the entire world. And they're going to keep passing laws and make Wyoming a better and better place every day. Colorado's looking pretty good, too.
Makes me proud to be an American, you know?
I got my boots on. I'm ready to go.
Speaking of voting, would you vote for John McAfee for president?
I know John. John's a great guy, and we've had some great conversations. I saw him in Malta. And he talks about whales and all kinds of cool topics. But I've been a libertarian for a long time, voted for Ron Paul, voted for Gary Johnson, and I'll probably support the libertarian candidate unless there's someone really, really good on the ticket that I like. I was a big fan of Rand Paul. It's a shame he didn't get his way through. But John's nice, and he's a necessary disruptor. I like having people call truth to power, and they force us to think a little bit about who's in control and why are they in control and should they be in control.
He said Facebook has to come into countries it doesn't know a lot about and convince them to enslave themselves to an economic monopoly and give nothing in return. And their only pitch is that you'll pay less on fees. I'm going there and saying we're going to rebuild all your systems so you can have fraud-free land registration, better voting systems, and improved supply chains. We're already doing this stuff, but it took years. These are relationships-based markets, and Facebook doesn't have those relationships. And another thing to talk about that is he just made me had an epiphany. You know, you go to these countries and these places and they're run by corrupt governments, and you know there's nothing saying what you own land. They can take whatever they want from you. Once we make the blockchain a global, worldwide thing, someone like a country like Lebanon, Zimbabwe, all these places where the economy is collapsing and things are gone, if they own something, the whole world will know it. And someone takes it from them, the blockchain can show that they are the true owners. And I believe this type of world trust will slowly rid us of corrupt systems, and we can become a free, peaceful group of people that are willing to progress and expand our consciousness. Altcoin market cap posts gains after Bitcoin spike. Analysis suggests further upside. And this was just written like probably 2 or 3 minutes ago from me putting this out. Throughout 2019, most of the cryptocurrency market has been on a bullish trend. This increase, however, has been more pronounced in the Bitcoin price than that of altcoins. Therefore, the altcoin market cap dominance has been consistently shrinking. During the last week, several altcoins, most notably Neo, Ontology, and Tron, posted gains between 20 and 42%, aided by the Chinese president's endorsement of blockchain technology. However, other major coins, such as Ethereum and Litecoin, barely posted single-digit increases, paling in comparison to those of Bitcoin. We have previously discussed that whenever the Bitcoin price consolidates, the dominance of the market cap of altcoins often increases. On the other hand, whenever Bitcoin makes a rapid upward or downward move, the altcoin dominance decreases. Therefore, while the market cap dominance of altcoin had been steadily increasing since the beginning of September, the recent pump in Bitcoin price caused a sharp decrease, causing it to break down from the support line and validate it afterwards. If Bitcoin continues its rapid movement, the dominance of altcoins will likely continue to decrease. But what I did see is some of the pairs that I was trading didn't go down as bad as they were going down before when Bitcoin went up. And some actually didn't go down at all. Like some were immune, which is very interesting to see. Here's my last thing I got to talk about is I really like the digital asset investor. I think he's hilarious, down to earth. How could you not like someone who talks about his kids, the dishwasher, and his wife, and then brings you full circle and gets deep diving into what's happening with XRP. He and I believe that XRP will become the new world reserve currency. It'll be given to chunks of banks and governments, and they'll use that as a reserve. That will erase debts throughout nations and help us reset the entire banking system and the economy as a whole. It'll also unlock $20 trillion that are caught up in the SWIFT global payment system that takes 3 to 5 days to move money before it's completely cleared. Even if it gets into an account, there has to be money in the back of that money in case that money doesn't clear. So there's all this double money. And there's actually 6% loss in total. After all the movements and fees, there's a 6% loss in the global economy here. Ripple will take care of the 6% loss and also release $20 trillion into the economy. It'll be amazing. It'll be amazing. So this is what he's put together. This is why I watch him. He puts out 2 videos every day. He really inspires me. So he had his first live stream today, and everyone flocked to it. And they thought they were going to see him for the first time because people want to see this guy. He has refused to put his face out there, and everyone wants to see him. So he puts a little stick figure, digital asset investor, and some pens in a pen box, and that's all he shows you, and like a little cosmopolitan, like a door holder, a little card, a hotel card. And then at the end, you think he's going to expose himself, and you watch it.
XRP people are the biggest for a reason. Cryptopolis, he will see you, is the digital asset investor.
And that's his friend. That's not even him.
I can get that. That is the digital asset investor.
And he shows a picture of him as a little
and
kid,
he will see you at Swell.
So I think you're going to see his face eventually at Swell. I think that's when you're going to see the guy. So I think you're definitely going to see his face at Swell. I think that's when he's going to like reveal. Someone's going to have a camera from another channel. Someone's going to pick him up and see it. But I thought that was really funny, something to cover. And he did it to the very end. So he got paid, man. I see $9.99, $20. Like, he got a lot of people. That stream made him money. And I'm sure that's not his only thing, but it's cool to see that he's getting some love for what he does every day. And they all waited to the very end because they thought they were going to see him, and he did not reveal himself. A lot of people felt kind of disappointed. It was very similar to a Game of Thrones end of season, But that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. And remember, crypto is life.